Well, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. This is our 16th episode. I cannot even believe it. It has been quite the adventure. So thank you so much for being with us. If you're watching on the stream, or we actually have quite a lot of people here at Beverly Hills Grill, which is so amazing. So thank you guys for everyone being here in person with us. If this is your first time joining us and you're wondering what we're all about, this is a show, no, we're not going to do coffee recipes, sadly, but this is a show where we brew up topics from a woman's point of view. We have segments like Women in Business, Great Lakes Made, Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise, also Halfway to 100. And, you know, that has been one of our segments that has really seemed to touch people. And I kind of started because of my grandparents, and it's about aging gracefully, but also taking care of our loved ones that are elderly, also their caregivers. It is such an important topic and so important to get those resources out there. So that is our Halfway to 100 segment. So what is coming up today? I have to tell you, I kind of feel like I need props today because there's a lot going on. If I did have some props, I would have a stethoscope, a director's chair, a classic car, and maybe even a Lions jersey with the number 75 on it. All of this will make sense as the show goes on. But first, I do want to announce our giveaway today because it is usually a surprise, but I'm going to tell you what it is because this is super exciting. It is a family 4-pack for the Detroit Autorama, which is coming up this weekend. So in order to qualify, you need to like, share, and follow our page, and then comment with the number 16 because this is, like I said earlier, episode 16. We will have more details about the reason for the Detroit Autorama tickets coming up near the end with Jason when we will announce the winner. So if you've already won, I know who you are. You cannot win again. So it is time for coffee of the day, and I am at one of my favorite places. We are live at the Beverly Hills Grill in Beverly Hills, Michigan. Raphael is the owner, Raphael Michael. And Raphael, thank you so much for hosting us the month of February. This has been one of my favorite places. I've been coming here for years, and it is so cool to be at a place that you actually know. You know the staff, you know the food, and you know the coffee, right?
Exactly.
So thank you again for hosting us. And I know that you take dinner reservations. Business has really picked up. You've owned it for about a year now.
Almost a year and a half.
A year and a half. Okay, see, time flies when you're having fun, man, right? But brunch. I want to talk about brunch because you guys have a great brunch. So tell me what people can expect when they come in here on the weekends.
Well, you can expect brunch made by chefs. That's the biggest thing. Breakfast, brunch, lunch. It's no longer separate menus. It's all available from 8 a.m. to 2:30. We're actually adding on another day starting next week. Tuesday morning is going to get added on.
Okay.
So now we're going to be, every day that we're open, we're going to have brunch available.
Oh, okay. So what is this on the table?
This is a special that we ran for the weekend. It's a Southwest shrimp bowl.
Oh.
Yes. So it's got beautiful salsa, homemade tortilla chips. We have shrimp, and she mixed in this, kind of south of the border style rice.
And of course, avocado, because
Avocado,
you got to
yes.
have that avocado, got to eat your greens, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so this is one of the brunch items.
This is a special that we run on our chalkboard. So that's a beautiful thing about Beverly Hills Grill is for 35 years we've had these chalkboards, which are specials that we run daily.
Okay.
So people that are around the neighborhood or wherever you're coming from, and they would come 3, 4, 5 times a week, you can get something different every time. That's the most beautiful thing about the place. And it also gives wide variety, wide range for the chefs to really like experiment with different things, try different things rather than it be a menu item
Right.
for 4 or 6 months, whatever that is. So it's a really fun way. We do soup du jour, specials, soups of the day. Those change very quickly too, which is great, with sandwiches and different things. So
It's so funny because you can go to the typical restaurant and be like, oh, I'll have the, number 5, right? But here, you do have standards on the menu, right? The,
yes.
Creme brulee, I don't know if that's right.
Creme brulee.
Creme brulee French toast, right?
Yeah, we had creme brulee French toast as a special. Right now, our Foster's French toast, which we premiered last week.
Yes.
That one was that's been a staple for 35 years.
That is a long-time favorite.
Long time.
Yes.
So
And
that's a beautiful thing.
And of course, you do have a full bar here.
Oh yes.
Yes, and a lot of people, you can come in here and it's packed at the bar. But tell me what this is.
That is an espresso martini. That is made with our fresh shot of espresso. Vanilla vodka. I put a little bit of Bailey's and Tia Maria just to kind of balance the flavor out.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a great way to start a morning, let me tell you.
Yes, it is, especially a Monday morning at 10 a.m., right?
10 a.m., yeah.
10 a.m.
Well, last time we started with Bloody Mary and mimosas. So
I know, right? So yes,
we're on the right track.
I know, and that's why I love being here so much, right? It's kind of a kick to my step.
Exactly.
And I should say that most espresso martinis, they have chocolate in them a lot of the times, but you knew I was allergic to chocolate.
Yes, and didn't try to kill you.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you. I appreciate that. Even though it is our last time here for a while,
Yeah.
thank you for not killing me. I appreciate that.
Cheers.
Yes, cheers. Okay, so tell me the hours of the restaurant.
So it's going to be Tuesday through Sunday. We're going to have brunch available 8 a.m. to 2:30, and then dinner is 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock during the weekdays, and then we stay open till 11 on the weekends.
Okay,
Friday,
and
Saturday.
reservations are recommended.
Very recommended,
Right?
especially Friday, Saturday,
Okay.
because we book up very quickly. Everyone's used to, walking in, waiting in line, waiting with your name on the list. Now we've made it really convenient for everybody is make a reservation and, get your table and
Right.
nice and comfortable.
Yeah, man, I tried to get a table the other day. I couldn't do it.
You didn't order enough espresso martinis.
I guess
maybe.
not, right? I was like, man. Okay, so online, people can make the reservations. Tell me the
right
website one more time.
BeverlyHillsGrill.com.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Raphael. Again, it has been a pleasure to be here. I love it here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being such a gracious host and having wonderful food. So I appreciate it.
Thank you. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. And of course, heart healthy food, you can find it here at the Beverly Hills Grill.
Yes.
And did you know that heart disease, how about that segue, right? That was pretty good, right? Heart disease is actually the #1 cause of death for women, but it can be prevented. We will be joined by Dr. Sandra Lerner coming up. But first, I would be remiss if I did not give a big caffeinated thank you to all of the businesses streaming for us this hour. It has been amazing. Of course, the list keeps getting bigger and bigger. Alloy Personal Training Rochester, they are our presenting sponsor. Also, another sponsor, Time Warp Vintage. I know you see all those videos around social media. Linda at Skinny Teas, also Artisan Bath and Skincare, my own Facebook page, and of course, My Michigan TV. Also, some new streams that we have added in Birmingham. We have added Design Team Plus, also Sarium Chickarell PR page, also Catalyst Media, and our new community partner, which is Shades of Pink. Well, Alloy Personal Training, as I mentioned, they are our presenting sponsor. And at Alloy, they will present and design a fitness plan based on what you want, your needs, your goals, whatever you're looking for. And also, they will hold you accountable, which, can either be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you look at it. But whether you want to get more flexible, stronger, or, of course, lose weight, you can do that at Alloy Personal Training. It's a beautiful facility. Trent is the director of training, and he will take all of your goals and design a fitness plan based on that. The Alloy Rochester Club, they are located in the City Life Plaza at the southeast corner of Tinkin and Rochester Road. Check them out, of course, and And of course, tell them that Brooke sent you. Well, you know, we are so proud to be the community partner with Shades of Pink Foundation. Each year, more than 8,000 Michigan residents, they are diagnosed with breast cancer. And I have to say, a few of those women actually family members of mine. Of those, 2,000 will use up their personal savings on medical bills. 800 will actually be forced to file for bankruptcy. So Shades of Pink Foundation, the board president, Mary Pat Myers, she joined us last week to kind of explain their mission. Let's take a look.
So what we do is we provide financial support for breast cancer patients undergoing treatment local to Southeast Michigan for everyday living expenses, such as the mortgage or the rent or car payment, car repairs, transportation, utilities, childcare, and insurance premiums.
So anything that may suffer because they're going through treatment or surgery.
Exactly, and not covered by insurance.
Okay.
And that's really important. It's surprising that the average income of our applicants, actually their monthly income is around $2,000. And we're trying to, well, we can only give away as much as we bring in.
Right.
But the average amount that we are assisting with is over $2,000. And so that makes a huge impact at a time where their life has been turned upside down. And they are now facing financial toxicity, hardship, because of the breast cancer diagnosis. And so we hope to help alleviate some of that stress so they can concentrate on healing and on their families.
And getting well, right?
Exactly.
So the statistics are pretty shocking as far as these medical bills that can really drive people into bankruptcy even.
Yes.
And so Shades of Pink Foundation helps with that. As we just mentioned, you have a huge fundraiser coming up.
We do.
Which I'm excited about because we will be there. We have a team, it's official.
Good.
But it is April 27th. And what is the walk? I mean, it's obviously a big fundraiser, but that all goes to help all of these residents.
Absolutely. So it really is twofold. One is to bring awareness to this often overlooked negative impact of a breast cancer diagnosis. You don't think about all these incidental expenses. You know, we hear a lot about research and things like that, but the fact that we're here to help with those type of expenses. The walk brings together, so we're anticipating over 2,000 walkers this year, and it brings together patients, survivors, we call them thrivers, supporters, sponsors, and it really is, I mean, that's how I got involved in the organization. I volunteered to do some photography for it one year. Okay. It is an emotional day, but it's a day of celebration as well for those survivors and support for those going through the process.
You know, a lot of times I have found throughout my career when you go to walks like this, a lot of people don't want to go because they think it's going to be sad. And they don't want, you know, I don't want to feel sad today. But you just mentioned it's like a celebration of life, and it's going for such a great cause.
Right, and it provides hope for those that are going through the process, through the journey. And it's a day at the zoo. You can bring your family. You can just wander the zoo. It's not like one of those regimented walks.
Right. You're blowing a whistle and saying, come on now, stay in line.
No, we have a big top, we have, you know, cappuccino, we have, you know.
You have me a cappuccino. Exactly, right?
And food and entertainment and education, obviously, about what the cause is.
And of course, that is Mary Pat Myers, Shades of Pink Foundation. They are our community partner. And we have our very own Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen team. So I want you to join us. It will be a great day at the Detroit Zoo. That is happening April 27th. So right now you can scan the QR code that is on your phone, or you can go to our website and you can find more information there. That is Caffeinated Conversations with BrookeAllen.com. Well, you are watching Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. a show where we are brewing up topics from a woman's point of view. Coming up, staying strong through a life-changing diagnosis. We will be joined by local filmmaker Paris Jones, and he'll also give us the latest on Michigan's film scene. Well, for our Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise segment, we have heart disease. It is the leading cause of death for women worldwide, and it is so important for women to kind of be aware of the symptoms, to be proactive when taking care of themselves. And Dr. Sandra Lerner is with me. Thank you, doctor.
Thank you for having me back.
Yes, it's. I'm so glad you're like a regular. It's so awesome.
That's great.
I know. Thank you so much for being with us. But you know, of course, February is Heart Health Month, right?
Heart Health Month, yes.
Heart Health Month, and you brought these cool pens. I don't have one with me, but it was so cool. Thank you. I'm always losing my pens. So I guess when I go to the doctor, I'm not actually thinking of, oh, so doctor, how do I check my heart health, right? So how do we start that conversation?
Well, one thing is that we really need to be paying closer attention to symptoms. I think it, in women, because it presents so differently, it often goes underdiagnosed or undiagnosed until much later in the disease process. And so some things that I look at in my practice are more detailed cholesterol numbers and really subtle symptoms of heart disease that are often overlooked, like a little bit of shortness of breath, a little bit slower walking pace, abdominal pain, nausea, can all be symptoms.
Is jaw pain, or is, I've heard that.
The most common symptom is really chest pain that radiates to the arm or to the jaw, and that is also the most common symptom in women. However, in women also, more commonly, it presents in a much more subtle way that can, you know, we tend to overlook it. We're taking care of everybody else.
It's like, oh, you know what? I have to make dinner for the kids. I'll go to ER in about an hour.
Right. Or I'm going to just wait and see if the shortness of breath goes away.
Right.
Or
so, blood pressure.
Blood pressure for sure.
Okay.
Smoking, number one, always.
Okay. Drinking. Right? How about drinking?
Drinking can be a factor, but it's not. There's some mixed data on it.
Okay.
You know, in terms of heart disease, sometimes a glass of red wine can increase the numbers for cholesterol that are the good cholesterol numbers.
Oh, okay.
However, there is some question about whether that increase in HDL, the good cholesterol, is really a protective factor if it's good HDL.
Okay.
And so
there's bad HDL and good HDL.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
I should have gone to medical school.
And that's the kind of thing we pay attention to in that more detailed cholesterol analysis.
Okay. So if a woman is experiencing the symptoms you mentioned, what is the first step?
Well, the first step is listen to your body.
Okay.
Right. Go to your doctor. Pay attention.
But do you go to ER if you have shortness of breath and your jaw's hurting?
So you could, if you feel like your jaw's hurting and if it's really significant shortness of breath.
Right?
But if it's kind of intermittent and more subtle, it's definitely something you'll want to bring to the attention of your primary care doctor.
Okay, and then what kind of tests are done to make sure you are okay heart-wise?
Sometimes an EKG won't always identify a brewing problem. And so unless there's a really significant damage to the heart, an EKG will identify it.
Okay.
But sometimes it won't. And if it's a little bit more subtle and a little bit more brewing in its presentation.
I like that, thank you.
Then it won't always identify it. And we do have to do a little bit more detailed evaluation to see if that presentation is significant for heart disease in women. And I think that's where it often gets missed because of hormones and inflammatory levels in women, it often will present in that more subtle way.
Okay.
And especially in minority women, you know, in Black women, Hispanic women, it's going to get missed more often.
So how much does stress play a part in this?
I think it plays a huge part because whenever we're talking about laying down inflammation or plaque in the vessels, we're talking about inflammatory levels that are impacted by our emotional state.
Okay.
And so we have to be paying attention to that. We have to be paying attention to how we manage stress. Are we getting the sleep we need? Are we getting the exercise we need? Are we eating the foods that we need to be eating? You know, and those are all conversations you should be having with your doctor.
Okay.
I like to take the time to do that in my practice.
Right. And so speaking of your practice, you have a very interesting way that you do things. I mean, patients actually text you
Yes, I have a very,
get such a kick out of that.
seamless relationship with my patients,
Right.
and I like it because it means that little things that can be really important don't go missed, or don't wait till Monday.
Right, okay,
You know?
so if somebody, are you accepting new patients?
I am.
Okay, all right, so if somebody was interested, how do they find you?
They can go to mdvip.com and search my name, Sandra Lerner, Lerner.
Okay, perfect, and you are accepting new patients?
I am.
And it's kind of a how do you say it?
We don't like using the word concierge because it implies a different type of care, but I take all insurances, and it is a personalized medicine approach.
Okay, thank you so much. I hope that we've helped somebody out there who may be not feeling so good, right? And just kind of prompt them to call their doctor.
And most of all, listen to your body.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly. And like they always say, right? If you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to take care of anyone else.
Absolutely. Thank you, Brooke.
Thank you. And again, that is Dr. Sandra Lerner. Thank you, doctor. I appreciate it. And of course, you can give us a follow on Facebook at Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. Also, you can find me on Instagram at Brooke Allen Official. Well, you are watching Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. This is a show where we brew up topics from a woman's point of view. And are you looking for a change of career? Well, you know, we will tell you coming up about a paid apprenticeship in a field that gives back and helps others. Those details are coming up. But first, if you know me, you know that I actually started my career as an actor. I'm a proud member of SAG-AFTRA. Also, I'm thrilled to meet Paris Jones, the man behind the recently recorded, very powerful short documentary called Strong Living with Multiple Myeloma. Let's watch.
He's just big energy, big fun energy. Always positive, always upbeat.
If there was a party and he was the man there in charge and he was the DJ, that party rocked.
Paris Films is an independent film, television, and digital production company.
One day I sneezed and it shattered my whole back and I couldn't walk. They run the test. You have multiple myeloma, blood cancer.
It's one thing to know that you're gonna die one day. It's another thing to know what your cause of death is probably gonna be and to be living with it.
And of course, that is Paris Jones' latest short documentary. And Paris, he is with me now.
Hey.
Hey, and you know, I have to say that is such a powerful documentary telling the story. And how are you?
I'm good.
You're good,
alive.
right?
I'm
You're
here.
alive. You're here. Yay! We're so excited. You're so excited.
Yes.
And you know, I mean, it just tells the story, and it means so much. And I imagine you watching that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I look at it, it definitely brings me back, but I'm excited to see where I'm at now.
Right.
That's why I, wanted to get this story out, especially being a young guy.
Do you mind if I ask how old you are?
I'm 45 now.
Okay.
But I was 40 when I was diagnosed.
Okay.
So yeah, 40.
Okay.
And it's been 5 years.
Okay.
And it was rough. It was rough. But I definitely want to get this story out so it can help, educate. I was a guy that never went to the doctor.
Okay. Well, we have one here,
Right,
if you need to
yes,
see her.
Yes.
So say hi and maybe, get her business card,
Oh, yeah,
okay?
we'll talk.
All right.
Definitely.
So, this documentary recently released, but also you do so many other projects.
Oh, yeah.
And
Definitely.
So as far as being Michigan-based, Detroit-based, how's it all going now that the SAG, after everything's behind us, kind of?
Well, it's going good. I mean, we're just going out there and we're shooting. A lot of independent films. As you know, I heard you said you were in the industry.
Yep.
You was acting.
Yep.
What was it? 2008. It was all of the films that were here.
Yep.
In Michigan. That's when the tax incentive was here. That left. And about what? I don't know if that was like 2010. it wound up leaving.
Right. Well, I have to tell you real quick a funny story. So I left Michigan to pursue acting in California when I was 19. And it was the funniest thing because I would always go to auditions here in Michigan with my uncle. And it was one of those things, right? He would get cast, I wouldn't.
Oh.
And it was like, okay, I got this. I just kept trying. But I moved to California to pursue acting. And he calls me and says, guess what? I just got cast in a movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? I just moved to California. How are you getting cast in Michigan?
A lot of people were moving out there, but then a couple of other independent filmmakers, people just went out there, got the camera, got a good team,
right,
and just started.
Right?
Filming, and that's what I did. You know, we started Paris Films in 2013.
Okay.
Me and my business partner Andre, and you know, we started off just shooting short films, and then we, you know, took it up a level and just started doing feature films.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me about your feature films. What is your latest one?
So our latest one you can check out. It's actually on Tubi right now, and it's called The Mail Lady.
Okay.
You know, the mail lady becomes dangerously obsessed while she's on her mail route with.
I hope that's not my mail lady.
And it's a married man.
Right.
And things escalate and get pretty wild and crazy.
Okay.
And then we have another one. It's a Tubi original. It's called The Housekeeper. It's starring Denise Richards. So that's a fun one.
Okay.
As well. We have another one that will be coming out later this year. It's called Dark Deceptions. Yeah, so we got a bunch that's in motion right now.
So what do you say to aspiring filmmakers out there?
So, you know, I say, you know, build a good team. You know, if you're coming up with some stories and you have an idea, you know, connect with like a good writer, and you know, just like I said, getting a good team is the way to go. And just go out there and shoot.
Right? You just have to start.
You got to start.
You have to start somewhere, so just do it.
I tell people everybody's waiting on the perfect time. And I say sometimes it's never the perfect time. You have to go out there and just do it.
Right.
And, but like I said, build a good team.
Okay. So build a good team.
Don't try to do everything.
Don't micromanage, right?
Yes, don't micromanage. You know, if you, like I said, you come up with a story, get a writer, get a good editor, get a director, and of course, you know, get in a good group of actors.
You know, you mentioned Tubi, which I think is so interesting because so much is shown on that.
It is.
And a lot of people don't even know it exists, right?
More than half of people don't know it exists.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
Right.
It's pretty crazy.
So how do people find your movies on Tubi? They just look for the title or your name?
Look on the title.
Okay.
You know, you just punch in, like I said, if you go there, look up The Mail Lady, you can check that out.
Okay.
The Housekeeper. And also other ones that I produced is called Surprise, a movie called Surprise, Surprise 2, Meeting Boone. There's a ton. But if you go to our website,
yes, your website,
paris-films.com,
okay,
you can see mostly all of our stuff and where it's at.
Okay, so another question for you: how do you get your actors?
Do a lot of handpicking. I do a lot of. There we go. Hey, right there, handpicking you right now. But no, we handpick a lot. You know, we do go on Actors Access. You know, backstage.
Okay.
But usually, we handpick a couple people. We go to workshops too, look at some actors.
Right. So do you have, you know, I know it was a huge issue, right, as far as doing auditions in person or the whole taping issue. So how do you manage that now?
So we you know, since the COVID thing happened, we kind of transitioned into mostly doing like Zooms, like Zoom auditions.
Right.
It's a little bit easier.
Okay.
No excuses for people.
Right.
Like you can jump
Couldn't
on.
make it.
Couldn't make it. My car was doing this, or
got a
the
flat
weather
tire.
was bad.
Right.
Yeah. So now we're just straight up on Zoom.
Okay.
With it, if we, you know, come across something, we're like, hey, let's just get right on the Zoom. Let's do it.
Okay.
And you can send a tape in as well.
Okay, so what's your email address? I'll get on that. No.
Yes. But if you go, the website, it's on there. info@paris-films.com.
Okay. Well, listen, Paris, it is a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for
pleasure meeting
joining
you.
us. And, you know, and I love that hat, and I'm going to get one.
Yes, you are.
I am,
have one
aren't I?
for you.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you for having me.
Thank
It's
you.
a pleasure.
I appreciate it. Seriously. Thank you. Thank you, Paris. And of course, this is Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen, a show where we brew up topics from a woman's point of view. And we are broadcasting live from the Beverly Hills Grill in Beverly Hills, Michigan. And I have to say, we have a lot of people here watching, and I appreciate the live audience so much. And it's just so cool to connect with the community, because that is kind of what this show has been all about for me. So again, for all of you watching, thank you. For all of you here, thank you. I appreciate it so much. Of course, we are very excited to be giving away a family 4-pack of tickets to this weekend's Detroit Autorama. To qualify to win, you want to follow, share, and comment on our page. That comment should be number 16. And of course, we will announce the winner at the end of this show. Well, coming up later in the show, to be or not to be, but definitely you want to go see this special upcoming show if you are a Shakespeare fan. We will be joined live by Rosedale Community Players as part of our Curtains Up segment. Well, remember, you can always catch Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen on Apple and Spotify anytime you want to. And we are just so thankful for everybody that has been a part of our episodes. Like I said, this is our 16th one. And we all know that starting over can be incredibly tough, whether it's a relationship or a career. Linda Schlesinger-Wagner, she is the founder of Birmingham Skinny Teas, and she says it all began when she had to begin again. Let's watch.
At 57, I got a divorce after 37 years of marriage, and discovered also that my adult son was a drug addict. All hit me at the same time. I had a very successful knitwear company, and I closed it. Just closed it. Selling to Bloomingdale's, Barney's, just didn't want to do it anymore. And for 5 years after that, I did numerous jobs. You know, I am the lucky woman who did a Holocaust project, not Jewish, but traveled the world and interviewed 442 Holocaust survivors, which was perhaps the best thing I ever did, because I was sad. And let me tell you, after I did that, I wasn't sad anymore. You know, failure wasn't an option. And I borrowed $1,000 on a credit card from a friend and had this vision. I didn't recreate anything. I took a camisole and made it longer. Older woman, I didn't want my tummy showing or my butt showing when I leaned up or leaned over. And Skinny Teas was born, and I hustled it and didn't sell to the stores who had bought my knitwear line. I went to news stores because I didn't want mercy orders. And I was just, you know, I say I'm lucky. My husband says you work hard and you throw enough stuff against the walls, some will hit, and QVC hit. They heard about us, had an interview. They wanted to buy our line. They didn't want to pay what I was, you know, charging, and they said, we want to give you an order. I said, you know, no, I don't suggest doing this, but this is how I roll. I said, give me an order in 5 days. I'm going to have it made out of the United States, and give me 90 days to make it. They did it, and I found a factory. I mean, I found a factory real quick. So we have factories in several places in the world, and it grew. And then Good Morning America heard about us, and that sounds so glamorous, but you sell everything at half off, but when you're manufacturing it, you can do that. And the golden umbrella there is you own all the email addresses, so that nothing like owning those email addresses, so that does it.
Right.
So on the give back, because when I would lay in bed and think, oh, this just has to work, it has to work. I have a lot of rehab bills and I'm supporting myself, and I believe in this, and when, because it was never if, when I'm successful, I will always, always pay it forward.
And of course, Linda is always paying it forward. And in fact, she mentors many women around Metro Detroit. And she is a popular name with my next guest, Gesher Human Services, one of the largest human service agencies in Metro Detroit. They are offering an apprenticeship program and a job training program for career in direct care work. James Willis is with us. He is the Chief Operating Officer of Gesher Human Services. And of course, we just mentioned Linda. You know her well, but this new program, kind of explain what it is.
Sure. So there's a huge need in our community for direct service professionals. We really have a need for individuals who are caring, who want to take care and be a part of their community. And
so can you, for people who may not know, direct care worker, what is the job description of that?
Sure. So quick kind of rundown on a direct care worker or direct care worker position involves caring for our needy. And that could include caring for somebody with a disability. It could include providing care services for the elderly, as well as just somebody who has some general needs in the community. And this program is an opportunity for people who haven't been a part of the direct care setting or field and don't have that training to really break into that field with very little experience. But we're going to wrap our team around you to really get the skills and supports that you need to be a successful direct care worker.
Okay, so Gesher is actually, this program is new, right? So it's a new program. It lasts for a year, but it's going to be ongoing.
Absolutely. So this is a brand new program. And previously, to get into the field of direct care work, you had to go through formal training. This is a different approach where you're going to learn while earning a wage. So individuals who are going to go through the direct care apprenticeship program will actually earn a full-time wage. It's a starting wage of $15.32. They'll get benefits throughout the process.
Wow.
They'll also be eligible for all of our leaves and part-time leaves from work. And really just a great opportunity to get into this field, again, without a whole lot of experience.
Okay, so who do you imagine is ideal for this?
Absolutely. So we're really looking for individuals who have a level of care and compassion, as well as patience. You really have to have patience for this type of work. But you don't need experience, and we're going to provide you with that training on the job to get the specific skills and experience that you need to excel in this field.
Okay, so how do people find out more information about this and sign up, or what is the process for that?
Sure. So it's very easy to get involved with our program. People simply need to apply. You can go to jobs.geshermi.org. You'd fill out the application. We will quickly schedule an interview with you. Few kind of background checks that we're going to have to do. We'll get through that, and we have rolling start, so you don't have to wait for kind of a group to start. People can start when they're ready to start the program.
And where does this happen at Gesher, or where is this happening?
Yeah, so it's happening at Gesher, and we have locations both in Oakland County and in Detroit. So we're really looking for individuals who want to get into this field, either from the Metro Detroit area, whether or not that's working out of our Detroit facility or our Oakland County facility here in Southfield.
Okay, perfect. And again, it is ongoing, and you get paid while you're kind of learning this.
Yeah, so
which is a unique concept.
Absolutely.
Right?
You know, what a great opportunity to earn a full-time wage, get benefits, and at the same time get a nationally recognized credential that you can continue working with us at Gesher at the end of the one-year program, or take that nationally recognized credential on to another employer. We're so confident that people are going to love the mission, vision, and values of Gesher that they're going to want to stay afterwards.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Give me the website one more time.
Sure. To apply, people simply need to go to jobs.geshermi.org.
Okay, thank you so much. Again, that is James Willis. Well, if you are just tuning in, you are watching Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. We are presented by Alloy Personal Training in Rochester. And of course, we are live from the Beverly Hills Grill in Beverly Hills, Michigan. We've been here all month, and we are all about networking in the community. Coming up, imagine networking while getting hydrated. That's piqued your curiosity, hasn't it? We will explain coming up. But first, something very cool when it comes to the Fab Four. Our sponsor, Time Warp Vintage, has something for everyone who loves the Beatles. Let's watch. I am hanging out at one of our sponsors today because I am a big Beatles fan, and they have got something quite amazing here. Of course, Jason Waldron, he is the co-owner of Time Warp Vintage and one of our sponsors. And Jason, this is pretty amazing what you've got going here.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah, it's so cool. It is a Beatles collection, and tell me what I'm holding right now.
Right now what you're holding is Beatles trading cards. They would come in little gum packs.
Okay.
And you collect as many as you can. You can put together
So
different
kind of
things
like
on the back.
baseball cards?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay,
Yeah.
all
Or
right.
the old TV
Right.
trading cards. cards, stuff like that.
All right, so let's take a look at one of these because these are awesome.
So they're little trading cards. We have them in here. They're in mint condition.
Yeah.
They're
Beautiful.
perfect. Aren't they beautiful?
Yeah, and they're protected and everything.
And these date from 1964 to 66.
Okay.
It's part of the same lot that we have in Heritage Auction.
Yes, in Dallas, right?
Yep,
Okay, awesome.
So you can check out those things at heritageauction.com.
Right.
But we do have these here, and these are really great gifts, add-on gifts
for sure.
For the Beatle lover in your family.
Yes, yes, and my son loves the Beatles, so I'm super excited about this.
Plus
Okay.
they have cool little things on the back.
I know, so tell me what that one says.
Like this
Quiz
one on the
me.
back. So on the front, you see you have the picture, and then on the back, there's like a little quiz.
Okay.
And it says, a question. One critic claimed that all the excitement about the Beatles was a press agent's smart trick. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ringo Starr speaking.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, exactly what you said.
See?
We pay the thousands of girls to stand outside the theaters and scream for us. Really though, I believe the writer must have been soft in the head to say that. Does he really think we'd pull kids out of the classroom and pay them to stand there and scream?
And scream their heads off? Amazing.
So, in other words, that's not true.
That's not true. That was false. Okay.
But there's all sorts of things on the
and
back.
so these are $20 each, but these are not
each.
the only item you have.
Oh,
because
no.
This is amazing.
I mean, we've got the wall posters that are available on our website. We've got the different concert programs. These are out of the different magazines and such. And then, of course, we have the pop-outs of each individual person that
Those
you
are
can turn
cool.
into little
Right?
frames.
Frame it and
Yeah.
Okay,
So quite a bit.
Quite a bit here at Time Warp Vintage, which is in St. Clair Shores. And of course, I always have so much fun hanging out at Time Warp Vintage in St. Clair Shores. In fact, you will see Jason again in just a few minutes. Well, it is our Curtains Up segment. Whether you're a fan of tragedy or comedy, Rosedale Community Players, they are holding a special fundraising show this coming weekend, and a delight to Shakespeare fans. Of course, Ashley Croft is one of the actors in the show. And Ashley, Rosedale Community Players, a pretty unique venue.
Yes.
So for anyone who hasn't been there before, kind of tell me what it's about.
So our seating is cabaret style. So for anybody who isn't familiar with that, it means you're sitting at tables instead of in, seats in rows
right?
and stuff.
Yeah.
And we're also BYOB. You can bring your dinner in. You can bring anything you like. We used to serve popcorn for free. Since the pandemic, we've stopped doing that.
Okay.
But you're welcome to bring your own popcorn or anything else you like.
Yeah, it's a really cool venue. And this weekend, so this show is Shakespeare, but it's not like Shakespeare.
Not exactly.
Okay,
no.
so tell me about it.
So the show is the complete works of William Shakespeare abridged.
Okay.
So the cast is actually myself and my two brothers.
Okay.
That's it. And the three of us attempt to do all of Shakespeare's plays in 90 minutes.
How's that going?
Very well. Frenetically.
Good,
Really.
good. So, and it's funny.
Yes.
It is
Well,
funny.
we hope.
Yes,
We're amusing ourselves, certainly, so I hope.
Okay, well, that qualifies,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so it's a fundraising show. You guys have that space. Yes. And Friday and Saturday nights, Saturday and Sunday, what's the show?
So we have a Friday evening performance, we have a Saturday matinee, and then a Saturday evening.
Okay, how are tickets looking?
Pretty good, actually.
Really?
Matinees are always a little lighter.
Okay.
I feel like people don't quite know what they're going to do in the afternoon sometimes.
Right.
So we get
Depends on the
walk-ins a
weather,
lot.
I think, right?
Also that.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly. So for people who do not know where Rosedale Community Players are, where are you?
We
You're
are right
close.
around the corner here.
I know,
actually.
right?
Yep.
Can come have dinner here at the Beverly Hills Grill and then go see the show.
Perfect.
It's the perfect combo, right?
is.
Okay, so tickets are available online also at the door.
Yes.
Okay, so how do people get those?
So you go to our website, rosedaleCommunityPlayers.org. We have a buy tickets link.
Okay.
And it'll take you right to PayPal to buy tickets.
All right, what about family friendly, not so much what?
About 95% family friendly.
Okay, we'll just cover their eyes for the 5%.
Yeah, and honestly, a lot of it will sail over smaller
their heads.
so-
Okay, awesome. All right, well, thank you so much. We were just at Rosedale Community Players a few weeks ago. I just love that venue.
It is a great space.
Yeah, so if you've never been there, check it out. It is a cool space. What happens, what shows next after this one?
After this one is... Yell it!
Inspector Calls.
Inspector Calls.
Excellent, thank
They
you.
just cast it. I've seen the posters and I couldn't come up with it.
That's all right. I kind of hit you with that one, so thank you so much. I hope the show goes well. Looking forward to seeing it. And a lot of laughs and a lot of Shakespeare.
Yes.
Right? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That is Ashley Croft, of course. We are broadcasting from the beautiful Beverly Hills Grill. And if you've been watching, you know we are giving away a family 4-pack to this weekend's Detroit Autorama. To qualify to win, you need to follow, like, and share our page. Also, comment with the number 16. The winner will be announced after the show. And so many family members are taking on a parenting role or actual hands-on care of a child. This is referred to as kinship care. Lisa Grotsky, she is the program manager for the Oakland Livingston Human Services Agency, and she says some of those relatives do become guardians, but it really just depends on the situation. Let's watch.
Okay. Some are actually in the foster care system as a formal kinship caregiver. Others have temporary or full guardianships where they go to court every year and renew. Okay. Some of them have legal custody, power of attorney, and some of them have truly informal situations where they've rescued their grandchildren from dangerous situations, or they've, had a verbal agreement with a birth parent.
So as far as your organization, and there are a ton of resources out there that people may not even know about.
Yep, so we are in a network of other organizations who are service providers to kinship caregivers through the Michigan Kinship Care Coalition, and we also have a plethora of resources and community partners that help us with the unique situations of caregiving, in an intergenerational home.
Right.
We call these grand families, and the grand families are in need of various different things. Oftentimes, if they're not in the not receiving benefits through the child welfare system, they're raising these children on their own income. A lot of them
have no extra support.
No extra financial support. They're extending their work. They've delayed retirement. If they're already retired, they are literally raising these children on their pensions and Social Security.
And that's a big burden.
It is.
Right? It's a big burden. And so how do people, I know that the opioid crisis has played a big part in this, right? The uptick, you mentioned a recent uptick in other family members caring for children. And it could be a number of things, a number of reasons why that situation has arisen.
Yeah.
But what do you think what's the biggest reason that you see?
What I'm seeing the most, and it's not really being addressed as heavily as the opioid epidemic or even COVID, is mental health challenges of birth parents. A lot of grandparents and other relatives are taking care of their kin because their parents are not capable of raising them, and sometimes that spirals into substance abuse or usage of alcohol or abandonment and other things, and consequently sometimes incarceration and death. So, but mental health is probably the number one reason. It is the number one reason why in our 3-county service area people are raising grandchildren and other relatives.
And of course, to see our full interview with Lisa, you can search Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen on YouTube. And the episode is titled Grandparents Raising Grandchildren. Well, coming up, very exciting, we will be joined by former Detroit Lions football star Lomas Brown, number 75. I've been talking about him all morning long. He will be here to talk about paying it forward. Lomas is coming up, but first, for our Women in Business segment, we are joined by the general manager of DripIV Therapy and Hydration, based in West Bloomfield. It is a beautiful location. And Deana, you are the general manager. And for somebody who doesn't know, it kind of explains it a little bit, right? IV, drip, and hydration. So tell me what it is.
Yeah, so drip therapy and hydration means that you could come in and get an IV infusion with just the regular saline, or you could have nutritional ingredients added into it, and you can walk in and do that on your own. Most people that come in, they understand that they are dehydrated, so they do want to come in, and it's really nice because they get to take charge of their own health in that manner, as opposed to maybe waiting in an emergency room, right? For 3 or 4 hours. Of course, if you need to do that, of course, go. But a lot of people understand that they are dehydrated.
Especially if they've been traveling over a midwinter break or coming back and they're jet lagged, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired and I'm so dehydrated. So this is kind of like a quick fix in a very beautiful setting.
Yeah, so it bypasses, I like that you said a quick fix. It bypasses the entire digestive system, right? And goes right to where it's supposed to go. know which is the bloodstream.
Okay.
So your water eventually needs to end up and hydrate your bloodstream. So people leave feeling great, you know, and a lot of people do it before they travel, just kind of as that safety net right around themselves,
That's
you know,
awesome.
before traveling.
Right,
too.
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And you also have the B12 shots.
We
We
do.
know that for extra energy, pep in your step. Deana can handle that. And I love this. Get hydrated while you network. And I'm excited about
Yes.
this because we are actually going to be there March 14th. And you do hold, I mean, people can come in groups and kind of mingle and get hydrated at the same time, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
It's kind of a fun way, a new twist.
It is, and we're looking forward to having you there.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. So, okay, so if people, can they just walk in?
Yeah, so you actually can walk in. You can also go to DripIV.com and schedule your own appointment. And if you're not sure which one to pick, we will absolutely help you. We have the beauty bag. We have, as your doctor was mentioning, inflammation. We have anti-inflammatory. That's very important, as she mentioned, to bring that down. And of course, they all come with hydration,
Right.
so that's good. But yeah, you can, if you don't know which one to pick, our nursing staff will help you pick that as well once you get in. So you could just simply pick get hydrated and then come on in and we'll talk a little more about it.
I know, and I know that I've been in there a couple times, and I'm always like, can I have a B12 shot, please?
I know. So
I need
many
some
people.
extra energy,
Yeah.
right? Dealing with the kids and everything else. So it's a beautiful facility, pretty new, and just you can either walk in or you can make an appointment online.
Absolutely, and if you're in your lunch hour in West Bloomfield and you want to swing in and get, a little pep in your step, we can do that too.
We might need to put that on a coffee cup. Pep in your step.
Yeah.
And you are located where? In the plaza?
So we're in the Boardwalk Plaza. A lot of people from West Bloomfield are familiar with like Stage Deli, Lash Lounge,
Right.
Wax City, those kinds of things that are right in there. It's in that plaza.
Okay.
Come on in. It takes about 30 minutes. We have massage chairs, and you can kick back and relax while you're getting your IV. So.
Okay. All right, Deana, thank you so much. And again, we are looking forward to being there on March 14th for that networking event. So I appreciate it. Looking forward to that B12 shot, if I haven't already said it, right? Well, this is Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. We are live at the Beverly Hills Grill. Thank you so much for being with us. And of course, coming up, we'll be joined by former Detroit Lion Lomas Brown coming up. But first, and also, I forgot, the ticket giveaway, we will have that winner coming up as well. Well, a moment that began with a dozen or so companies, tech companies, now spans Detroit, Baltimore, and New York, Black Tech Saturdays. I have the pleasure of speaking with co-founder Alexa Turnage. Let's watch.
When you have a group of entrepreneurs in a community that you're growing, when you share information, share contacts, share investors, share little notes that, hey, I did this and it helped me get so much further by just doing this one thing. It's like pressing the easy button on something that can be really, really difficult. So as we kind of grew this community and people were able to share resources, amazing things started to happen. People found their co-founders. People got their first investors. They were able to go from 0 to 1 and become a high-growth founder and become revenue generating and all these amazing things in such a short amount of time. So we went from like 20 people to now we have over 600 people every Saturday that we meet, and it's just amazing.
That is amazing. So one thing I think is so interesting is the idea of collaboration.
Yeah.
Because, for a long time it seemed that scarcity was an issue, right?
Yes.
Nobody wanted to share contacts,
Yes.
information, nothing. And it just keeps you down. But collaboration is what you have done. It's the key, right?
When we're all working in silos and really not sharing what we're all doing, it kind of creates this competitive spirit that really is not helpful.
Right.
And when I'm sharing with you and you're sharing with me, it's like, hey, if we collaborated on this, it's amazing what we can do together and how we can really grow faster and gain more knowledge and just grow in a different way. When you have a community around you that's growing and building like you are, it just makes it all the better. It's like, oh, I'm not a... And she is not crazy, as she was going to say, and her husband, Johnny, also amazing. Well, another amazing person is here with us, number 75 from the Detroit Lions, Lomas Brown. Lomas, thank you so much for being here. It is such a pleasure to meet you in person. Also, everything you've done on the field, but what you're doing off the field. Everyone kind of talks about it. So tell me, what is going on, sir?
Well, it's a lot of good things going on. As you know, the kids here, and that's what my foundation is focused on, the kids in Southeast Michigan. Such a big problem with, our kids and pouring resources back into them. And, you know, just with what they have to face these days. It's just so different than what we went through.
Right.
So, you know, as much help as we can give them, as much guidance as we can give them, that's what we're trying to do with the foundation through our camps that we have every year.
So the camps, tell me about those, because I mean, there's so many opportunities, but you really have to find them, and the kids need to know about them as well,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We do sports camps, of course. And then,
That is shocking.
I know. But we do educational camps too, and those are ones I'm more proud of, mostly proud of, are the educational camps. It's called the LEAP camp, and it stands for Learn, Earn, and Play. And in that camp, we got a minimum of 60 contact hours with the kids. So you're more impactful. You're able to impact their lives more. You're able to really kind of help try to mold them and guide them and show them different opportunities that are out there for them. So that's the one I love.
And that means those 60 hours, I mean, that's really a time to connect with those kids.
Absolutely,
right?
And that's what you have to do. A lot of people just think you go in for a day, you spend time with kids, and that's going to do it. No. You have to put in the time with them. Like I said, we have a minimal of 60 contact hours with them. So you get to learn these kids over the weeks that you're with them. You get to learn their families, too. You kind of get to learn what they're going through.
Kind of the lay of the land, right?
Absolutely. And you have to do that. The kid's not going to open up to you until they know they can trust you. And that just comes over time.
What age of kids are we talking about?
So we're doing K all the way up through. Yeah, because you have to get them young, too. You know, a lot of people make mistakes and think, oh, you could get a teenager or get them older and kind of change these kids. We found out you need to get to them young, kind of help them set the foundation for themselves, and just kind of help guide and tutor these kids through. So we'll start at the K level and work our way all the way up.
Is it both boys and girls?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I've got 12-year-old twins. I'm signing them up, man.
Look, I got 4 daughters. I got in trouble because they was like, you always have stuff for the boys. What about for the girls? So that's why
they called you out.
Oh, they did. Big time. Big time.
Awesome. So I have to mention something to you, because I was told by somebody that last year you won the 97-1 drop contest.
Oh, yeah.
Am I right about that?
Yes.
You can blame Brico for telling me that.
I know. I mean, and I forgot the producer's name. Yeah, he likes to get me in a lot of things. So I got 2 drops that they've used with me. So, yeah, it's all in fun.
It is.
It is.
And, you know, you're such a great guy. And these camps, so are they ongoing? Do they start? When do they start?
Yeah, so I'll start the first one to start right when school ends. So we'll start, that'll probably be late June, and we'll run that all the way up until school gets ready to get back in, just to keep the kids busy throughout that time. But we run one during the fall, and we run one during the winter months too. So we'll have about 3 a year that we could do. Yeah.
So what about, are there scholarships available? I know that sometimes camp, I mean, it's expensive.
Yeah, well, see, that's the great thing about my foundation. I take on all the financial responsibility. So we serve the underserved area, and I believe that you don't want to put financial burdens on those kids or their families. So all the financial burden falls on the foundation. So anything we do is free to the kids.
That is amazing.
Yes.
Okay, so how, are you already full, or can people still sign up?
No. So
okay,
go
all
to
right.
the Lomas Brown Jr. .org, Lomas Brown Junior Foundation.org, and then you'll see a listing of the camps coming up that we'll have. And yeah, all the kids have to do is just enlist in the camps. Yeah, get in there before it fills up.
I know, right, man?
Fast.
All right, are you handing out jerseys? What are you doing?
You know, not the jerseys, you know what I'm saying, but we hand out a lot of different things. But it's a great time. I got a lot of great sponsors. That's why I'm able to do these camps free to the kids, because of my sponsors that I have and have had over the years.
So for families that have more than one kid and they may be different ages, is that able to be worked out?
Come on.
All right.
Come on.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
We don't turn anyone away.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Give me the website one more time.
So, Lomas Brown Jr. Foundation.org.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you.
The big fella.
I don't know who that could possibly be. Who could that be? Hey, pleasure so much. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
My my dad is going to be so jealous.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I am just saying. Well, listen, we are giving away a family 4-pack for the Detroit Autorama. That is coming up this weekend because we are going to be there. So excited. Let's watch.
Brooke Allen, we are here at Time Warp Vintage. Of course, I am with one of the co-owners, Jason Waldron, and you know, I don't usually dress like this if you know me. And Jason, we're very excited because we are getting ready to head to the Autorama.
We are. And you look great, by the way.
Thank you. I feel very fashionable.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It is, but let me tell you something. I was hyperventilating because I was worried that this was not going to fit me because over the decades, sizes have changed, or rather, I don't know if changed is the right word.
Well, they have changed.
Okay.
That's the only way I can think of it because like a 1950s size 12 is a size 4 today. And so every decade it goes down and down and down because Marilyn Monroe was a size 16 and she had a size 28 to 30-inch waist.
That's amazing to think of, right?
Yeah.
Because we hear 16 now and people start hyperventilating.
Correct.
Okay, so when you come into like Time Warp Vintage and you want to try on something, whether it be for a party or just an event you're going to, you need to keep that in mind.
You do. And when you go and you look at the sizes that are written inside the garment, whether it's manufacturer or especially if it's manufacturer, it'll say a size 12, a size 16, a size 18. And a person today who's a size 12, 16, or 18 won't fit inside a 1960s, 70s, 50s, those sizes.
Okay. So I mean, that's important to keep in mind.
It is important.
It really
to keep
is
in
important
mind.
because it can affect your mindset, and
It
I know that.
absolutely can.
Okay, so what do you say? Why have they done this?
Well, two reasons. One, in the early 60s, they introduced growth hormones into food because to battle brittle bone disease. And so it made our bones thicker, bigger, stronger.
Okay.
And then Sarah Lee, of course,
Right, yeah.
invented the TV dinner and the being able to preserve the food in salt, which salt is a fat blocker.
Right.
So therefore, we don't lose weight as quickly as we used to.
Okay.
Plus, and today we don't have exercise like we did back then.
All that screen time, man, it can affect you.
Yeah.
But when you are coming into like Time Warp Vintage and you're trying on something, keep that in mind because really, you are who you are and you're beautiful.
Absolutely, and it can be shocking.
Yeah.
But understand, it's not today's clothing.
Not at all.
And of course, that is Jason Waldron at Time Warp Vintage. And what do you know? Jason was just there, and now he's here. That is amazing how that works out.
The magic of television.
It is the magic of television.
Right.
So, listen, we've been talking about this all morning. I am super excited, of course. We are going to be together at the Detroit Autorama.
Yes, we are.
And you are going to be doing the pinup contest.
I will be.
So we're going to be kind of around the stage during that. And I mean, it's just...
And then all over the place.
And then all over the place,
Yep.
right? So it's so cool. I'm so excited that we've picked out all of our outfits.
We have.
We've got our hair done. We're all good. We're all styling.
We're ready to
So
go.
yeah, so that is the reason for the family 4-pack for the Detroit Autorama,
Yep.
which is happening this weekend because we want you to win and we want you to come out and say hi to us. So tell us who the winner is.
Well, there was a lot of people who
Wanted to
chimed
win?
in and wanted to win.
Okay.
But Mary Ray Lynn Olson
Okay, all right.
is going to be the winner. Congratulations.
Awesome. Congratulations, Mary.
And then you can come see us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we are going to be there Saturday.
Saturday.
So Saturday, kind of 11 to 2 for Caffeinated Conversations. And then
Correct.
also,
And then-
we start live at
4:30.
4:30,
Yep.
and the pinup contest starts at 5
o'clock.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, so much excitement going on down there. It's going to be so much fun. I'm looking forward to it. Of course, that outfit that I was wearing on screen is the outfit I'll be wearing there.
Yes.
Right? A couple additions.
A couple additions.
A couple additions. So, yes. So,
We got some great people we're talking to, too.
yes. So, give me kind of an example because, you know, it's been kind of a crazy day.
Well, we're going to be talking to the Murray, who is with the D-Lot.
Yes.
Yep. And the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yes.
Which they do the big auction for, which is pretty cool. And they've raised quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
Plus, we're going to be talking to Donnie from Throttle Gal Magazine.
Awesome. I love that.
As well as Dave Marconi, who is the curator for
Yes,
the
very
Detroit
popular name, right?
to the Detroit Historical Museum, and many, many more.
Okay,
So
yeah, no,
let's
it's so
keep some of it.
exciting. I know. Let's keep some of it under wraps,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Okay, so Mary Ray Olson.
Mary Ray Lynn Olson.
Lynn Olson is our winner.
Mm-hmm.
So Mary, we will be getting in touch with you. So thank you so much for watching. And you know, it's funny, we have had an action-packed show today.
Yeah.
Big live audience and a lot of guests. So it has been amazing. We are kind of running a little late. So we are going to wrap up. But before we do wrap up, we do want to mention the community partners. It is the Shades of Pink Foundation, whose mission is to reduce financial stress for people undergoing breast cancer treatment in Michigan to help with daily living expenses. We have our own walk, not our own walk, we have our own team at their walk, which is April 27th. You can join our team by scanning the QR card on the screen. Of course, I do have to say thank you to my executive producer, Christina McDaniels, also Dave Scott and his team. Calvin back in the control room, thank you so much. Jason Waldron, also thank you for everything you do. You watch our social media, and a big thank you to everyone here who actually came out to watch the show live at Beverly Hills Grill. It is a pleasure to be here. And Raphael, thank you so much for hosting us for the month of February. So that is it. We will be back next week. Keep the coffee hot. Thank you so much.